So Dana, this unfolded like clockwork, which is really what you would expect when you have very professional law enforcement operations between the Secret Service and the NYPD coordinating the movements of the former president down 4 miles to the courthouse in lower Manhattan. So it was about 7 minutes after 1 o'clock. Mr. Trump walked outside to where the motorcade was waiting. He gave a little bit of a wave to some of the people. We heard a roar of cameras, shutters clicking from the massive cluster of photographers at the southwest corner of 56th and 5th Avenue. The president waved, gave one of these fist pumps that he's so fond of doing, and then he got in his car, and at 1:09 the motorcade left. It went east on 56th Street, found its way over to the FDR Drive, and then headed south. And like clockwork, we said it would take about 15 minutes to get to the courthouse, and it was almost exactly 15 minutes before he arrived at the courthouse. So we don't know a whole lot about the president's movements after the arraignment. The assumption is that he will then be driven out to Queens, where he will then take his 757 Trump Force One, as some people call it, and return to West Palm Beach, Florida, because he plans on giving some remarks at 8:30 tonight. There's really no reason for him to come back up here. It would simply complicate operations. The plane is outfitted with everything that he would need, so the assumption and the belief is that he will leave the courthouse and he will go to the airport, and then he will fly to West Palm. He will undoubtedly be released on his own recognizance, so there's no question of arranging any kind of bail. Virtually no one in New York would be charged, have bail set anymore when being charged with an E felony, which is the lowest class of felony in the New York Penal Code. The former president spent less than 24 hours at the Tower, where he has an 11,000 square foot penthouse and where he has been living since 1983, 40 years ago. Trump Tower opened to the public. It was developed by a brash young kid from Queens named Donald John Trump, who wanted to make his mark in Manhattan real estate. Little did anyone know 40 years ago that it was setting him off on a path from Queens to Manhattan, eventually to the White House, and then today to the criminal courthouse in lower Manhattan. Dana.
Tony, thank you so much.